What's going on, knuckleheads? So we've got a pretty easy install to do on the bike today, but a little bit of backstory. One of my buddies that I work with has a 25 in the Mystic Shift, and he hit a pothole or hit something in the road and it kicked it up. He was on his way home, way to work. He leaves for work at like 2:30 in the morning, and he broke the water pump. If I get the picture, I'll insert it here. So we're going to be installing a skid plate, so that doesn't happen to us. There's lots of companies out there making them. I went with the $20-some option on Amazon. I don't need the carbon fiber. There's not a stitch of carbon fiber on this bike, so I didn't see the need to spend the $230, $250 for a Thrashin one. Then I was looking at Thrashin's metal ones, but they were out of stock at the time that I was looking. So I ended up with just going cheap. I mean, I can't remember if Thrashin's was made out of aluminum or steel. I think it was aluminum, so it's the same. If it's made out of aluminum, it's the same thing. And I'm like 90% sure theirs are made out of aluminum. But this is really simple install. It's just going to take a little bit of time. This is just going to be 2 bolts on this side and 1 bolt on the other. This bolt here, and we need to not completely remove the little radiator shield, fan shield, whatever you want to call this. I just take it loose. Oh. And we need to remove this bolt. Now, this job is only going to require 2 tools for you. It is going to require a 5/16 Allen key, hex key, whatever you want to call it for your proper terminology, and a 5/32 hex. So let's get started. I'll go ahead and do this front bolt first. We will be reusing all the stock hardware, so don't lose it. Don't drop it into the abyss. Yes, you can get that farther out of the way. This does not have to be done on a lift, but it's nicer to be working at eye level. Now this bolt is part of the engine mount. And so is the one on the other side. So we will not be taking them both out at the same time. All right, so this plate, it's just going to go right up there like that. Let's get a little bit of Loctite on there. I'm going to be using red for the engine mount. We'll use blue for this smaller one up here. And remember, just a dab will do you. You don't have to coat the entire bolt. I just came out a little bit faster than I wanted it to. Let's go ahead and do the front. And again, just a dab will do you. Put our plate up there. Now, obviously, we won't be able to tighten down this rear one the entire way, because, you know, that's just going to make that plate want to rise up on the other side. So we're going to get it in there and get it to where it starts to tip that plate up. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and move to the other side. This would actually probably be even a little bit easier without a lift, because then you'd be able to take this radiator shroud all the way off. Oh, see, I doesn't tighten that up too much. We'll move back to the other side, tighten it the rest of the way down. Go ahead and do the front. Just push the radiator shroud back into place. Just push the radiator shroud back into place, and I'm going to look up the torque specs for those bolts, and I will be right back. All right, this calls for a torque of 42 to 48 foot-pounds. So I have my torque wrench set at 45, right dead in the middle, and we'll get her torqued. All right, you heard me. Oh, excuse me. All right, you heard me hit that beeper multiple times. Well, that does a range, and I like to see close to what I had it set at. So I heard the beep, and then I went a little bit farther actually looking at it, and I torqued it to 45.5 foot-pounds. 45.4 on the other one. We're good. Now, there's not really a need to road test this. It's not going to affect the way the bike handles. You can't even hardly see it down there. And you'll be able to see even less of it whenever the bike's all the way on the ground. Especially on this side, when it's sitting on the kickstand, you'll never see it on this side. So that's another reason why I didn't need to go for carbon fiber. I didn't care that it wasn't powder coated. There is always the option to pull it back off this coming winter, which we're a long way from winter, and have it powder coated. Is that going to happen? Probably not. Once something ends up on the bike, it ends up staying there. Unless I replace it with something better. But I think that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I upload, and see you guys in the next one.